My friends and constituents, Lava Ridge Town is the Castalia City of America. I can't hear the video game. My earbud hasn't connected yet. We're like a minute late because I've been trying to get my fucking earbuds to work. And they don't wanna. It's frustrating. Just please just fucking connect to my computer. I just want to hear the banger fucking Route 113 music in its original bleepy bloopy glory. Please, why aren't you connecting to my earbuds? Maybe if I... Oh, yeah, no. Maybe if I just, like, plop her down here, and then pick her back up, slap her in my fucking sound holes. Please. Please, Bluetooth. I could potentially turn off my Bluetooth thing and just turn it back on. Just might, like, fuck up my controller. Okay, hold on. Also, hi chat. Hi, hello, it's me, April. You know who I am. We've done this song and dance before. Why is it so warm in here? It's like Halloween is tomorrow. It shouldn't be like 80 degrees in my office. Wait a second, now there's no audio. Hold on, which means... Wait. Oh, I think I broke the emulator. Hold on. Let me just... Hold on, I gotta fucking... Chat, this is a nightmare. Thank you for the coffee wife. Oh, the game closed. Uh-oh. Whoa. I'm gonna hope that didn't fuck up anything. I can't hear the game. There we go. Cool. Anyways, well, that's annoying. I did like prep for this stream. I had like a couple of minutes and I'm like, I'm gonna go get my Pokemon team and my items. I'm gonna get all that shit set up. I also need like a beanie because my hair looks like shit right now. Oh dear. Gale Force winds are knocking my coffee napkin.
Should I turn it down? You said it was hot in here.
No, I probably need that. Could you like grab me one of my beanies from the middle drawer of the right dresser? Thank you, wife. God, can you? I'm a professional, chat. I'm so good at this. Yippee, we need a pull forward lava lure, Jake. You're getting? I was actually planning on doing a prediction for that. The thought already crossed my mind, Hannah. Ooh, the white hat.
I thought it looked nice with your I was right.
You were right.
I'm gonna finish the episode. I'm running now.
Oh, you're fine. All right, chat. Today's stream, Lava Ridge, or I suppose Jagged Pass. We need to clear Jagged Pass. It's literally just like a 3-trainer gauntlet and that's it. And it shouldn't be that bad. There is only one point where the fights get kind of scary, and it's if we accidentally crit something at the start of the fight. But even then, it's the third fight. And even then, landing the crit doesn't ruin the line. It just like, it means that we have to win one of like 3 different coin flips. So, you know. Anyways, for context though, let's do a little prediction. Huh. Okay, well, I don't want to manage that prediction. I want to... Huh? What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with my... Y'all, everything's going wrong. There we go. Open startup menu to create a prediction. Okay. Do I have to, like... Oh, okay. Do I have to start a fresh one? There we go. Okay. So, yeah, there's something wrong with my fucking Streamlabs right now, and I'm not sure what it is. Okay. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay. Let's try this again. Prediction. Start prediction. Oh, I'm dumb as hell. Never mind, I'm stupid. All right. Need to make sure I know how to spell these fuckers' names correctly, because that'd be really embarrassing to be the Pokemon Twitch streamer and not know how to properly spell Trico, but I'm pretty sure there is a C in there. Oh, fucker. Torchic. And Mudkip. I'm going to set the submission period for 30 minutes. So, friends, once we make it to Fall Arbor Town, we are given an egg. And that egg contains one of the Hoenn starter Pokemon at random. It is either Trico, Torchic, or Mudkip. In terms of how good they are, Trico is arguably the best for us. Torchic is second best, and Mudkip is the least good. They're all pretty solid, because they all at least come with, like, a Protect move. But yeah. So feel free to make your prediction as to which one you think we're going to end up encountering. But now that I've finished fumbling for 20 straight minutes, let's say, oh shit, I refuse to believe it's been a month. Yeah, no, it's been over a month, Volt Flare. Like, it's been a month since you first subscribed, but, like, the Smart Raid was a month and a half ago. And I believe that's where you came in from. I just wish that this freaking sweater would sit properly on my shoulders. So, we've got some funny lines coming up. So let's just grab September Whimper reel. So we need Garchomp. We need Arcanine. We need Talonflame. Shock of all shocks, Talonflame is good. We need Camerupt. We need Roserade. And we need Argoat. Kethri. I gave Trico some love. Thank you. Someone's got to get... Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Trico's a really good get. Trico is arguably the best get for us. Again, they're all good, but Trico fills a niche that our box currently lacks, which is an exceptionally fast grass type. Like, our Roserade is incredibly fast, but Sceptile's like base 120 speed. Given ours has a perfect IV. Not a boosting nature, though. But, like... I believe a 31 IV Roserade is still slower than a 0 IV Sceptile, assuming they both have like a neutral nature. Eldegoss is faster, if you think about it. Hold on, Eldegoss, what's your base speed? No, actually, Eldegoss isn't faster, even after like a Cotton Down drop. Okay. Now, one of the first things we need to do, we have to do our pre-damage at the start of the gauntlet, because I don't know if there are any, like, ways to get damage in during it. Thankfully, that's not too much of an issue. So we are going to pre-damage slot 3, which is Talonflame, to 143. This makes it so our line in the third fight is perfectly consistent as long as Talonflame doesn't crit turn 1. Alright. Also, I need to keep my coffee back here so my napkin doesn't blow away, but I do need a sip. Ah, that tastes like awful. And for our first fight, it is actually soloable by Garchomp. Shock of all shocks. Varley kinda does murder really good. Who'd have expected? Give Arcanine like frickin' Damn, Kethri, you're fucking insane. There's like, in theory, a world where it's like B-Bar-L procs Quick Claw gets like double body slam paralysis. That could be weird, but like that's the only situation. Honestly, I think we give Hamilton Wise Glasses. We're also going to get the charcoal soon, which is going to be awesome. Okay, Scalpel holds nothing for obvious reasons. Oh yeah, Orion, you murder Clang really hard. Orion will give a Citrus Berry in case we need it. Oh no, it needs Wise Glasses or Soft Sand. Have you got enough healing items? I believe so. I believe we had this issue before. We started Meteor Falls Gauntlet, like got to the first trainer battle, immediately realized we forgot to buy items, reloaded and went back and got items. Okay. But yeah, we have a bunch of potions, a bunch of full heals. We should be fine. What was I grabbing? Oh, that's right. Soft Sand for Orion. Well, Shift Gear doesn't boost its attack stat. Yeah. Rose can have a Cherry Berry. And Kethri gets Black Belt. Where is the Black Belt? There it is. But yeah, no. People have been telling me that the Flannery Gym fights are some of the worst shit in the game. And fun fact, they're right. Fuck the Flannery Gym. Fuck the Flannery Gym trainers. I hate all of them. Okay. I think we're good though. Hold on. Do I not understand Shift Gear? Does it boost attack? Hold on. Oh yeah, speed by 2, attack by 1. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's wacky. Okay, so maybe instead of Wise Glasses, we do Citrus Berry. Yeah, Citrus Berry on Camerupt is probably better. Again, we're not gonna need it. Oh wait, this is also set in fucking grassy terrain. There we go. Like, why are my earthquakes doing so little damage? There we go. Yeah. Like, again, it shouldn't be an issue, but if it becomes an issue, it just helps everything be a little more consistent. Because, like, theoretically, we're fighting a B-Bar-L that has a Quick Claw and Body Slam, and theoretically, Varley needs 2 hits to be able to guaranteed KO it, so it's a whole thing. Also, making sure everyone's PP is fully healed, which I believe it should be. Yep. Thankfully, I don't think I'm going to need to worry too much about refreshing PP for these fights. Literally the only Pokemon we need for the first 2 fights are Garchomp and Arcanine. Like, I cannot overstate how cracked of a creature Varley is. That being said, I still get nervous. We'll be fine, but I get nervous. Varley heard about that Maxi line and wanted to join the team. She's like, damn, this shit's fucking going somewhere. Oh, well, I'm here now. Hi, Rose. All right. This actually doesn't commit us because we can go back up that way, but once we... Oh, shit. Must be in that rock. All right, chat. I know I just saved, but I'm doing it again. So, once we step down this ledge, we are locked in until we beat these 3 trainers. Checking something. Yeah, we're fine. Oh, it's not here. It was up there? Fucking where? Chat, don't let me forget to go back and find whatever item we just didn't grab. Alright, there's the first one. So, you ready to see our cool new team member? Our cool new, really powerful team member, Varley? Also, thank you, Rose. I have the beanie on because my bangs look like shit today. In comes Zubstrika. In comes Varley. This Zubstrika knows Light Screen, Overheat, Zing Zap, and Low Kick. It's got Sap Sipper and a Shuka Berry. We would be able to one-hit KO it, but Shuka Berry makes that impossible to guarantee. It's also faster than us, but we have Bulldoze. The best move we could see it use turn 1 is Light Screen, but the highest damage it can do to us is 18% with Low Kick. Light Screen, cool. We're not attacking special defense. So, like, Lamau. That does a lot of damage, and notably, drops its speed. It is now slower than us. Varley, KO with Earthquake. Lamau, XD even. It sees that we OHKO and outspeed Kling Klang, so it's just going to send out Bibarel down the line. Bibarel has Simple, a Quick Claw, and Curse. It also knows Body Slam, Waterfall, and Stomping Tantrum. The most damage Body Slam can do to us is 24% without crit. In theory, if it Body Slams us, we have a chance to OHKO it with Earthquake. It's just all ranges. Either way, we are going to use Earthquake. Highest range we can do here is 95. I think that's low enough for it to die to recoil. I love Rough Skin, man. Oh, having a second Iron Barbs Pokemon. Wait, what's that prediction thing in relation to? Once we make it through this 3-trainer gauntlet, we are going to get an egg that has one of the 3 Hoenn starters in it, and which one it is determined at random. So you get to make your prediction as to which one you think it'll be, Trico, Torchic, or Mudkip. Okay, lastly comes in Kling Klang. Kling Klang dies to Earthquake. Simple as. Earthquake does a minimum 104%. I love Pokemon. Was that cool, chat? Okay. Don't need to worry about healing PP. Like, chat, I want you to understand by the end of this stream why I was screaming about us getting a Gibble. Okay. Next in the line, trainer only has 2 Pokemon. And just double checking. Just double checking my math real quick. So we have 190 max HP divided by 4. I think it's 45? 47. So 190 plus 47 is that. Minus 159 is 78. Air Cutter never... Ooh. Oh, but Air Cutter's fine. Yeah. Hannah, Super Luck, Scope Lens, Togekiss with Air Cutter. Does it always calc Air Cutter as if it does damage like it crits? Like, it does that, right? Because I just gotta make sure my math is as mathin' as I think it is. It's possible it goes for Air Cutter, I think. It shouldn't matter. We're swapping to Arcanine. Okay. Need to turn off light screen here. And then 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. Okay. I believe this should be perfectly consistent. We are going to give Garchomp a Citrus Berry in case it gets crit turn 1. Okay. It is nice that Camera Up can't be crit. There's 2 votes for each starter right now. Go Torchic, click. Oh, BTW did the thing. Oh, yeah, I did hear. I'm not really, like, a spooky game person, so probably not gonna be my thing, but, like, you know, hope you all enjoy. Where is the hard stone? There it is. I'm like, I know I took all the items off all of my guys in the boxes. Don't tell me that I didn't. Talonflame does good enough damage into Togekiss. Yeah. Orion. Roserade. I mean, it does always live a switch in. Yeah, I think we give Roserade Poison Barb just to guarantee it gets kill on the swap. And Kethri dies to Dazzling Gleam. We're just gonna keep Kethri with the black belt. Give me poison, I can be trusted. You know, oddly enough, that you're shaking my trust a little, friend. Okay, so let me just check. We do want to open with Garchomp. Into Sir Boofs a lot. That's right. We do sync this 2-hit KO with Earthquake because Bouffalant is going to take recoil damage from Rough Skin and also Head Charge. Yeah. Okay. So the way this line works is we open with Garchomp against Bouffalant. Garchomp does a minimum 47.7% to Bouffalant. Bouffalant wants to hit Garchomp with Head Charge, which does a max of 55.7. If it crits, it should Well, obviously, any attack that it makes into us, it will take recoil damage in the form of rough skin, and also recoil damage in the form of head charge. Can head charge miss? No, it cannot. Cool. Yeah, so we get hit by head charge. We'll take a lot of damage. We'll do some recoil with rough skin. It'll put it into range of dying to earthquake. Is the big thing. Then in comes Togekiss after taking one hit and a citrus berry proccing. We should always be like a little below 50%. Point is, we never bait Aura Sphere on Togekiss. It should always be Air Cutter or Dazzling Gleam, which are both functionally free swaps to Arcanine. This Togekiss has the moveset where it's a coin flip to crit with all of its moves, except for Air Cutter, which it's guaranteed to crit with. Arcanine always lives a Dazzling Gleam and an Aura Sphere. It can't one-hit KO with Rock Slide, but it does outspeed. Togekiss also has Substitute, so if it sets up a Substitute, it will take a quarter of its max HP, which is equivalent to the second Rock Slide hit. Because we outspeed it, we should be fine. I believe we have plenty of contingency here. Again, this should only require 2 Pokemon regardless. Hello, Bouffalant. Say hi to Varley. Varley, 2-hit KOs with Earthquake. Bouffalant is gonna go for Head Charge. We'd prefer to see no crit, but... Okay, cool. We even get to keep our Citrus Berry. Now in comes Togekiss. So I think, can it go for Air Cutter? It cannot go for Air Cutter. Interesting. I'm not sure if it calcs Air Cutter as always getting in crit damage. Bare minimum, it is always going for Dazzling Gleam, which I don't think it has a secondary effect. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a Moon Blast that drops your thing. Dazzling Gleam is just a spread move. Yeah, no additional effects. So we are going to swap to Hamilton, who takes a crit Dazzling Gleam really, really well. It does always calc crit damage if it's a guaranteed crit. Good to know. And thankfully we don't bait that, because Air Cutter crit does a little more damage than... Oh, well, I suppose if Dazzling Gleam crits, actually. But Dazzling Gleam, it's at least a coin flip to crit. So we're going to swap in Hammy. Point is, it's never going for Aura Sphere. We would love to see Dazzling Gleam, no crit. Okay. A critical hit Aura Sphere does a max of 138 damage. We 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. 138 damage. It's fine, April. You understand that it is fine. Understand that it is fine. Didn't even crit. Okay. It has no priority moves. We outspeed KO with Rock Slide. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure that line was literally perfectly consistent, but it still scares me conceptually because it requires Hamilton to potentially get to really low HP. Okay. This last fight is the scary one. It's got a thing that can explode. It's got a Thievul that has Unburden and Grassy Seeds on grassy terrain. There's just a whole lot going on here. But also, that was Hamilton's revenge against Togekiss. For those of you who remember, Hamilton as a Growlithe was our answer to Chell's Togekiss. And evidently he won. Okay. So this one's a little complicated. Again, it only doesn't become perfectly consistent if we get crit on the first turn of combat. Or if we crit, sorry. We're actually totally fine if we get crit. We use potions because it's the most cost-efficient form of healing. We do not heal Scalpel. Scalpel is injured on purpose. Okay. Now, we want to... Obviously, Talonflame has nothing. Orion needs Soft Sand, which I think already has. No. So, Orion needs the Soft Sand. Hashtag the Soft Sand. Make sure that we have Grassy Terrain toggled on so we don't fuck it up later. Updating the frag counter with that info about Chell. Oh yeah, I can probably recall my Chell frags. Togedemaru KO'd Lapras, Crawdaunt KO'd Slowbro. I actually forget who KO'd Delcatty, because Stoutland died. I think Togedemaru did Vespiquen. I don't remember that nearly as well as I thought I did. Okay. So Camerupt with Soft Sand, equip Garchomp with a Citrus Berry. I think this is as a just in case. Yeah, in case we need to use Garchomp as a pivot to try to make the line more consistent. Equip Roserade with Miracle Seed. Seadra for Rhyhorn, I'd assume, and Delcatty. It might have been Seadra. It might have honestly been, yeah, it was Seadra. It was either Seadra or Octillery, and you're right, I think it was Seadra. And yeah, I think I risked Seadra to KO Delcatty. That actually sounds super familiar. Cat3 should already have the black belt. We need to make sure that Roserade is holding the Miracle Seed. Let's do as much damage as possible. Okay. Orion has Soft Sand. Citrus Berry. Hamilton isn't needed for anything in this fight, so, like... probably just a Citrus Berry? I imagine. Looks like, yeah. Citrus Berry. Cool. Probably make sure that's actually, like, saved. No item. Oop. Soft Sand. Miracle Seed. Black Belt. Okay. What was I looking for? I think I'm fine. I don't know why I'm, like, looking around. I was giving Hamilton the Citrus Berry, that's what it was. Sorry, chat, a little scatterbrained. Nervous. Okay. What happens if you come down here? Oh, you can just go left. Lamau. Can I stop missing the items to find? Okay. So again, I believe... Hold on, just making sure I have my team in, like, order for memorization's sake. Orion. Roserade. Yeah. We shouldn't need Varley or Hamilton for this fight, but they do exist in Kethri. This fight is scarier than you'd think it'd be, for dumb reasons. Okay. Let's fucking go. So, first up is an Assault Vest Rillaboom with Grassy Surge. We want to not crit this Rillaboom. That is the only thing that makes this line inconsistent. It's fine if we do, it just makes things a little weird. Perfect. Okay, I think we win. It goes for knockoff. Flame Body proc is funny. We are at 96 HP. I do believe that is a perfectly acceptable range. We want to be below 102. Perfect. We now outspeed KO with... I did forget about Grassy Glide. Ooh, hold on. Okay. Need to do a little bit of quick math. 14 damage. Okay, I think we're fine. Critical hit Grassy Glide will not kill us. Or it will not drop our HP into dangerous range. So I think it's going to go for that, right? Has Frog Body proc saved us? Frog Body proc honestly did actually kind of... I don't think it saved us per se, but it definitely made this a lot more consistent. Funny monkey. Yeah, okay. We just want to make sure we don't accidentally bait in Wigglytuff second. We want to see Arcanine. And specifically, we want Arcanine to see kill with Wild Charge. Wild Charge does a minimum of 102 damage. The next highest damage move it has is Flare Blitz that only does 60. Because it sees kill with Wild Charge, it will not go for Howl. We are going to swap to Orion. Now, one of the weird effects of grassy terrain is that it reduces the amount of damage that Earthquake, Bulldoze, and Magnitude do, but not Earth Power. Now, we only do a minimum of 93% to Arcanine with Earth Power, but because we're holding Soft Sand, we show kill, which means Arcanine is not going to go for Howl, it is going to go for its highest damaging move, Close Combat, which will then drop its defenses, letting it be one-hit KO'd by Earth Power. And it always does enough damage to make sure we show kill to Wigglytuff Grassnot after Grassy Surge healing. I'm really proud of this line. This one took a lot to think. Orion is one of the few things that is naturally slower than Wigglytuff. We are 63 speed, it is 67. We don't have to worry about it going for Sing because it sees that the lowest damage it does with Grassnot is 97. You know who doesn't take a lot of damage from Grassnot? Roserade. Notably also, because we're showing it a kill with Grassnot, it's not going to self-destruct. A very important part of this. So we swap to Rose. We also really wanted to make sure that, we were fine if Arcanine used Howl. Camerupt always lived and still killed because it can't be crit. But if Camerupt took too much damage from a +1 close combat, it means that Wigglytuff might have gone for Grassnot or Moonblast when we swap to Roserade. Moonblast is fine. We resist it. We don't take a lot of damage, but it has a 30% chance to drop our special attack, which could cause problems. That being said, Roserade outspeeds Wigglytuff. One-hit KOs with Sludge Bomb boosted by, Oh, it doesn't even need the boost from Poison Barb. I see Miracle Seed and I panic for a second. Yeah, Sludge Bomb does a minimum of 113%. Good. We have the Miracle Seed, though, because Grassy Terrain boosts the power of Grass-type moves. This little fucker that's coming in next was the hardest thing to calc around. It is Thievul. Because Thievul has Unburden, Grassy Seed, and Nasty Plot. Now, let me explain. If you are sent out during Grassy Terrain, you consume Grassy Seed to increase your defense by 1 stage. If you have the ability Unburden, once you use up your held item, you get a +2 boost to your speed. This Thievul now has a speed of 232. Nothing we have can outspeed it. Now, we can't have Roserade show it a kill to stop it from using Nasty Plot without having expended a Heart Scale on Roserade. But because of Kethri, we have exactly the 3 turns set up to be able to always kill this thing. So it knows, ooh. Okay, there is one very small chance that it could fuck up our line. Because it could go for Dark Pulse and flinch us, but it's very unlikely to do so. So this thing knows Dark Pulse, Burning Jealousy, and Grass Knot. It's obviously never going to go for Grass Knot. Burning Jealousy just does a lot of damage. It does maximum 39.4% without crit. Nasty Plot also just doubles its special attack stat. No matter what, Roserade is able to always at least get in 1 Magical Leaf. Okay. Nasty Plot boosted stats, which means we now know exactly where we're going with this. Because this thing has stats out the wazoo. There's also just a chance we crit and kill it, which would be funny. Grassy Terrain heals it a little bit, that's fine. So its special attack is now at +2, which means if we get crit by Burning Jealousy, it could kill us. Now, the nice thing is that it's never gonna go for Grass Knot here. Kethri takes all of its attacks except for Grass Knot really, really well. Now this thing is fast as fuck, you say. That doesn't matter, Kethri's built different. So it's going to go for either Dark Pulse or Burning Jealousy. We officially do not care if it goes for Dark Pulse, we're swapping. We can't get flinched. Even if it crits, we always live. Burning Jealousy. Thievul is healed by Grassy Terrain. Kethri does 43.1% damage with Mach Punch while holding the black belt. Thievul has no priority moves. And that's the Jagged Pass Gauntlet. These fights kind of scared me. I'm glad that we cleared them. Oh god, is that a trainer? There's no way, right? I'm going to test. I'm going to heal my guys, save the game, and then talk to him. Like, I don't think he's a trainer. Trainers don't move in this. And run and bun. Okay. So let's get that egg, and then we're going to loop back around and actually get all of those item finder items. All right, chat. If you haven't... Oh, actually, I suppose the thing's already gone, so you can't put in new votes now. Oh, well. Oh, and Scalpel has Flame Body, so it hatches faster. I'm gonna bring Turtle along for the ride as our other starter Pokemon, you know, just for, like, emotional support. So, the way that this... Oh, also, I think there's a rare candy in the water somewhere. There's also a candy of the rare variety in the hot spring. I just remembered that. There's also someone here who will give us a friggin' charcoal. We love hashtag water candy. Charcoal's in the herb shop. Got it. So, chat. The best get for our box is probably Trico. Torchic is second best. Mudkip is the least good. They are all great, though. We put turtle near the egg. And I see they skip the whole, like, needing to run around with this thing part. Herb shop. Perfect. Rather commendable. I like you take this. Charcoal. Finally, our fire type booster. I know we're coming up on getting the water type booster too. I assume there's nothing worth buying in the herb shop. Stick for doggy. Real though. Yeah, okay, just regular like healing herbs. We made it to fucking Lava Ridge Town. I can't believe it. She left 2 Pokemon with the daycare. Oh, yeah. And I think we're finally able to buy Quick Balls, which has been a resource we have not had many of. We got 5 at the start of the game, and that was it. Fucking finally. And Dusk Balls. Buy a single honey. It's the evolution item for Ursaring, if you happen to ever get one. Making sure no one else has any items to give. You know what? Let's hatch that egg in the hot spring. Just, like, run around in circles. We are not allowed to run. We will simply walk. There are only 4 type boosters left: Electric, Water, Psychic, Ghost, and 3 of them are immediately during Surf Sim. I was going to say, yeah, we get Magnet and Mauville. I think the last one we get is Mystic Water. And it's like, by the time we get the last of them, we get the Life Orb. It's funny, I was like, oh, this is interesting pacing, that, like, you know, it takes so long to get the type boosters, but you do kind of get them all, like, by the time you're done with Flannery, and it's like, oh, it's because by the time you do that, you're about to get the Life Orb, an item that is all of the type boosters, but better, potentially. And I just think that's real fucking neat. The last one is Spell Tag for Ghost and Vampire. Ah, gotcha. Which makes sense. You don't get any ghost types until after Flannery. And sure, you might have access to a ghost move or two, but like... Yeah, no. I'm also pretty happy with just about any of the starters that we get from this, by the way. Like, we've had such crazy encounter luck recently. Hi, Pio! Welcome to stream. I know I saw you in here earlier. But, like, after Garchomp, I'll be happy with literally anything. I like all my Pokémons. We walk in circles. Round and around and around and around and around and around we go. I'll admit I thought this would go faster than it did, but it's slow. But I'm already committed. I kind of figured it was like about to hatch right after we got it, and it seems that is not the case. There are no misses. All right, chat. All right, chat. Here it comes. bum, 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 bum. Kip boy! All right. Welcome to the team, Mudkip. Do we have anyone who has pre-crunch? So the nice thing about Mudkip is it is the only one of the Hoenn starters that get you, like, get the Mega Stone for it. Which is, like, neat. All right. Reek. Elatea. That being said, fucking ground box, man. Fucking ground box. Like it's getting kind of ridiculous at this point. Fun fact about me, Mudkip was my first ever Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, no, shockingly, there are basically no Pokemon qualified to be Swampert on the poll. Do I have an OC that I could use for this? Almost certainly. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the team, Rock. My first Mudkip was named Wave. Torrent, sassy. You know what? 29 special attack. Oh wait, that's defense, not physical attack. It's got some good things going. It's got some things that aren't going. I'm pretty sure Mudkip is definitely more of a physical attacker. Let me see. Yeah, Swampert, yeah, that's a little unfortunate. Perfect defense is nice. BTW won't let me do the outcome thing for the prediction because I voted. Okay, so let me just... Hold on. How do you do... I think it's just... I do prediction again, right? So it looks like... Choose outcome. Mudkip gang, enjoy your points. Low speed is probably ideal in this guy if it's gonna be a protect bot. That's true. And honestly, weak special defense means that it more effectively baits solar beams. I'm not sad about this. I would have liked a little better on the attack stat, but like, I'm not sad about this. Now, the thing is, we do have to be very precise about how we level it up. Oh yeah, honestly, actually, yeah, for protect botting, especially because we don't have Iron Ball. Because Turtle needs more points. She does. Give Turtle your points. All right, so Hannah, how are we doing this level up? Also, I'm curious, when do we get Swampertite? We get Swampertite. Route 119 requires Waterfall. Rip. Oh well. You're going to have to calc Flannery before you level this guy at all past Protect. It can really matter for baiting because no pre-damage is possible. Yeah, no, you are correct. That being said, when does it get... Okay. Marsh Stomp doesn't get Protect. So that means we have to level it to at least 41 as a Mudkip. Swampert is... See, thankfully, Swampert is kind of good for Flannery because it has, like, the opposite defensive profile of Maisie. Maisie baits fire moves, Swampert baits grass moves, and that's actually, like, really solid for helping us through the first phase of the fight because they're both Protect guys. So let's grab the Everstone for Rock. And pump that baby with some candies until he learns Protect. Learn Mud Slap. I do think it also gets like a speed lowering move. That's not like perfectly accurate, but was taken. Usually you keep it as a Mudkip to bait Sludge Bomb from Salazzle. Gotcha. Okay. True, yeah, if it baits Solar Beam and Sludge Bomb and then swap into Toge. Rock wants to learn Rock Throw. Doesn't actually do anything. Hold on to Growl for right now. Don't need Tackle. I go boil my pretzels now, grow strong, Rocky. It's actually supposed to be Rock like the bird, but yeah. Look, I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that's really happy to see Mudkip. Even if it's not the best get. Brine. Brine's better than Water Gun. But, you know, like, this guy's kind of a one-scale hero a little bit. Takedown. I don't think we want that. Also, hi, Taken. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we learn Protect at 41, right? Yeah, so we take off the stone at 40. Chat, do we want to use Bide? That shit out of here. I do know we miss out on some moves. We get Rock Slide at least. And Mud Slap, yeah, that's the accuracy one. So we get a Rock Throw for Rock Slide. Yeah, this thing's gonna be pretty finicky. Do we want Muddy Water? I love Muddy Water. I hate that it's not perfectly accurate. I'm genuinely wondering if Growl is something we hold on to for right now. God, we have 9 fucking ground types. That's insane. Yeah, fuck it. And the nice thing is that even though Swampert is slow, once we get Mega Swampert, it does get Swift Swim, and like typically even if you're a slow Pokemon, doubling your speed makes you faster than anything that isn't also having its speed modified. So like it's kind of like perfectly module like that. 36, 37, Double Edge, no. 38, 39, 40. Now, we are going to remove its Everstone and save the game. Okay. And if I've done this correctly, give me Protect over Growl. Just making sure there's nothing else that Mudkip learns after this point, right? Yeah, Hydro Pump at 45, but we're gonna get that no matter what. Okay, so did some preliminary calcs. I think, oof. Should I not evolve it then? Like, does it need to stay Mudkip, or does it work as Marsh Stomp? Like, because like, I'm glad I asked. You absolutely should not evolve it. Ground type prevents Sludge Bomb bait from Salazzle. Gotcha. Okay. Well. Does that mean we don't get liquidation? Oh my god, we get like none of its moves then. Well, I mean like... Yeah, we don't get Earthquake if we delay it that long. Like, Swampert gets Earthquake at 50, and Mudkip doesn't. I know that we have other guys to use Earthquake, but that's devastating. That means that, like, all of its moves need to be scaled. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. For right now, we will obviously, like, we'll box it for right now. We will teach it, Protect over Growl, and yeah. Mashing B. Okay. For now, we box the baby. That being said, what is... Hiddens... Ooh, Psychic type hidden power is interesting. I'm actually, like, kind of happy about that. Especially if this thing's, like, physical, or especially offensive. Might genuinely take that over, like, Mud Slap at some point. LMN. Okay. Thank you for doing the math, Hannah. I appreciate you doing that before I needed to worry about it. Raid, hit on Chantorterra, Mudkip. Welcome to the team, little man. Make sure that grassy terrain is disabled. Alright, unfortunately, well, actually, no. I get to enjoy going to the mountain and picking up some items. That being said, what's our team for the first fight? We've got Kindler Jace. We need... Damn, yeah, that Cinderace is fast as fuck. Hold on. Yeah. I'll have to double check this math later, but I think it works out. Yeah. Okay. Garchomp. Talonflame. Steelix, Arcanine. Sawsbuck. Yeah, no, Noelle Holiday gets some use in this gym, which is fun. She's actually the only way that we can do this first fight safely. It's really funny. And then we don't need anything else. So we'll grab, like, friggin'... Who do I like for being able to kill Rotom purposes? Probably Seismitoad. Oh no, we wanted Camerupt, right, in case something went wrong with Chandelure. Okay. Just gonna grab the team, and then we can actually, like, go over the fight prep in a minute. Okay. But yeah, no, also, like, I can accept if Mudkip just kind of has to, like, have a really mediocre move pool. Like, At the very least, we'll be able to teach it Avalanche at the tutors. I think, does it get elemental punches? Hold on. Swamp. No, it gets, like, it does get Avalanche. Could probably teach it like a TM or something. I forget, does... Okay, no, it is still Water Ground. Yeah. And gets a gargantuan boost to its physical attack. Steelix. Arcanine. I love how we used so many safety citruses during Jagged Pass, and I don't think we procced, like, any of them. Who am I grabbing? Sawsbuck? And Camerupt as a just in case. Okay. Probably take off everyone's items too. So the thing that I've been kind of bumping up into a wall against for Flannery's gym is the gauntlet, because the gym itself has a 3-fight gauntlet, which is fun, and it's like mostly consistent. I can basically make it, I either have to be really consistent in fight 1 or really consistent in fight 3. And I think it's safer to be consistent in fight 3. It's just got a really annoying Houndoom that has Pursuit and Destiny Bond. Anyways, give me these. All right, back to the top of the mountain we go. Or actually, no, now that we're at the bottom, we can probably just, like, bicycle hop up, can't we? Okay, it's not there. It's not there. Where the fuck is it? Is it up here? Oh, heavy ball. That's neat. You know, I think it depends on if that magma grunt is still there. I think if he's still there, we have to go through the lift. Which he is. Okay. The gym gauntlet is one of the reasons I proselytize Gyarados 10 step out a lot. Funny enough, I only need Gyarados for, like, the 3rd trainer. And even then, not really. It's weird. Like, Gyarados is really good for fighting that, that Infernape, but not as good as I thought it would be. It's just, like, it's a little too volatile with, potentially getting hit by, Focus Blast and having its special attack dropped, because Garchomp is really useful, because Rough Skin makes it so when Infernape uses Fake Out, it, like, takes recoil damage and chips its Focus Sash off. But then I have to swap, like, back into Gyarados on that and risk, like, stat drops. Okay, is it down here? Is it here? It was there. Damn, these are kind of ass. No response. No response. Yes, this guy's completely optional. He does fight us if we talk to him. So don't. I rewatched the Alaskan Bullworm SpongeBob episode somewhat recently, and it's literally so funny. Honestly, I need to go back and, like, rewatch the old SpongeBob goats. I think that'd be a fun way to spend an afternoon. Like, I need to see if old SpongeBob is the shit that millennials crack it up to be, right? Because I watched it when I was a little stupid fucking baby who didn't understand anything. Chat, I don't want to go into Flannery's gym. I don't want to be there. It seems like a scary, bad place to be. But we've gotta. And I believe I have fights planned for the first 2 fights. So this first fight is theoretically really scary. It relies on... wait, Dragon Fang? Why do I want to give Garchomp Dragon Fang? That doesn't make sense. Because it's going to immediately become a fire type. Or not a fire type, a fighting type. Yeah, and we want to use Bulldoze because we don't want to accidentally kill it. Yeah. I think we probably give... Yeah, we give Garchomp a Citrus Berry just to protect our ranges. My favorite SpongeBob, you used me for land development. Oh god, that feels so familiar. Like it's scratching at like a part of my psyche, but I can't quite remember where. Okay. So the thing is, this fight has a ooky spooky scary shadow tag Pokemon in it. Chandelure. Now the thing is, that Chandelure has a choice scarf and ghost type moves. Noelle is our only normal type. Now the thing is, typically if a Pokemon gets choice locked into fighting a Pokemon that it like can't KO. So I have some slight worries. I think it's fine, but I have some very slight worries. So the idea is that Noelle comes in against Chandelure. Chandelure should be using Shadow Ball or Hex when we swap into Noelle, so we take no damage. It's then locked into those moves. The game normally says, if you are locked into a move that is ineffective, the AI can swap to another Pokemon. However, Rotom Heat, which is the only thing left on the team, gets 2-hit KO'd by a Silk Scarf boosted Double Edge from Sawsbuck. Which means that it can't swap to Rotom Heat, because even if Rotom Heat can 1-hit KO with Overheat, Sawsbuck outspeeds and clicks Double Edge into it. Now, there's a part of me that worries that I don't properly understand how this works. But I think I've just got to trust the process. Bring camera up to a 6. Arcanine needs the Shed Shell. Because, like, even though I'm clicking Horn Leech, Hannah, the game still won't ever swap to Rotom, right? Because I outspeed and 2-hit KO it. That is the thing we are relying on to be able to beat this really easy. The thing is, it's not even that awful if we fuck it up. Because if they swap early to Rotom, Rotom is going to go for Overheat. We swap to Arcanine. Arcanine can 2-hit KO it with Rock Slide. Overheat will drop its stats. So, like, it's either going to go for Thunderbolt or it's going to try to boost up. No, it can't even boost up. Like, hell, after it gets the, like, Overheat drop, we could swap into fucking Garchomp if we want to. But we want to make sure that Arcanine is the thing on the field when Rotom Heat goes down, because Arcanine's going to be holding the Shed Shell. It's a whole thing. Like, I think this line isn't necessarily doomed if we have to steer. It just gets a little weird. Talonflame holds nothing, because we need to be able to kill Cinderace. Steelix doesn't need to hold anything. Yeah, honestly, Steelix does not need to hold anything. So, we'll... do we give it a Citrus? No, giving it a Citrus won't do anything. Genuinely, I'm not sure there's any item we could give Steelix that would benefit it, which is really funny. Yeah. So, we don't give Steelix anything. Hamilton, we have to give the Shed Shell. So that way Hamilton doesn't get trapped in against Chandelure. Because if I'm correct, Hamilton does a bunch of damage to Rotom, and it does a bunch of damage to Chandelure, so the game will prioritize sending in Chandelure because at least Chandelure is faster than it, because it doesn't OHKO it. None, Citrus, Silk Scarf, Soft Sand. Okay, should be fine. I've never had to do a line like this before, so it scares me, but I'm pretty sure it works how I think it does. And no one has told me it doesn't yet. Just need to make sure you high jump kicking into Talonflame. Even if you crit, we take 63%. Yeah, we always bait in Talonflame because it's the thing that's faster than us. Like, so is Chandelure, but Talonflame does more damage, takes less damage in return, and kills. Yeah, okay. Should be good. What question do you have? Even if I'm using Horn Leech into Chandelure, because I have Silk Scarf and Double Edge, the game will never swap Chandelure into Rotom, right? Because it sees that it's possible that I could outspeed 2-hit KO Rotom. Like, I'm understanding this correctly. That's right, you don't need to use the threatening move. Cool. This should be chill. We kind of have to, like, we might have to play it a little by ear with Rotom at the very end, depending on how, like, the numbers shake out, but it should be fine. Okay. This gym is scary. Literally just saved, it's fine. Citrus Berry, no item. Shed Shell, Silk Scarf, Soft Sand. We shouldn't need Camerupt, but it's a backup, in case something goes wrong. Fuck, where do I go? I figured out where I go. I will assume this is Kindler Jace. Fucking scared the shit out of me, I hate this game. So, Kindler Jace has a Cinderace. Cinderace has Libero, which means that it will always change its type to, like, whenever it uses a move, its type becomes the type of that move. Which means that all of its attacks have stab, and it makes it really hard to pin down what type it is to, like, KO it. It's also incredibly fast. The only thing that's faster than it on our team is Talonflame, and it's only faster by 1 point. Garchomp could one-hit KO Cinderace, but obviously it can't, because it is not fast enough. I wonder, if we had a plus speed nature, could we? No, we couldn't. Okay. So it sees that its highest damaging move is High Jump Kick. It does 52.6%. We have a Citrus Berry in case it crits and does too much, because we want to make sure that it always uses High Jump Kick when we swap into Talonflame. We are going to use Bulldoze to get some chip damage in. That being said, we don't want to KO it, because we don't want Garchomp to be on the field and accidentally bait in the wrong thing. Once it turns into a fighting type, Bulldoze at most does like 30-40%. Fight type. It has a wide lens, so it can... Correction, there is a very tiny chance that it misses with High Jump Kick, a 1% chance. So that could have fucked me, theoretically. But there's truly only so much shit you can agonize about in the world. Now again, we could KO it with Garchomp, or, because we're faster than it now, or we can swap to Talonflame, because Talonflame... Well, hold on, actually, does Garchomp bait Acrobatics off Talonflame? No, it does not. So yeah, it's still going to click High Jump Kick into Garchomp because it doesn't have any priority moves. We are going to swap to Talonflame, who takes about 42.5% from high jump kick. And like 60 something if it crits. We would prefer it doesn't crit, but it's fine if it does. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, right, good. I panicked for a second. It's like, wait, Cinderace shows fire type. It's like showing stab properly. Yes, the calculator always calculates stab. I've done this math. It doesn't matter. It still scares me. All right, we swap to Scalpel. Okay, good. No crit. Flame Body on Cinderace is really funny. As much as I would love to use this as an opportunity to heal up against Cinderace, we actually want to make sure that our HP is low enough to always bait in Talonflame. And Talonflame currently sees kill with exactly Acrobatics against us. So, we are going to finish off this Cinderace with our own Acrobatics. We always outspeed. Their Talonflame is faster than our Talonflame because they're allowed to have perfect IVs and a plus speed nature. Now, we have brought Steelix solely for this Talonflame to make things more consistent with Arcanine later. So, this Talonflame sees it has Flare Blitz, Acrobatics, Roost, Will-O-Wisp. It's our moveset. It has a Flying Gem, and it has Flame Body. It wants to use Acrobatics to try and kill us. We are going to swap to Steelix, who takes nothing from Acrobatics. Yeah, max of 14.9% without crit. It has used up its Flying Gem, weakening Acrobatics slightly. Okay. Against Steelix, it will either go for Will-O-Wisp or Flare Blitz. We don't care which. We'd honestly prefer Will-O-Wisp because it does not affect Arcanine. We are going to swap to Arcanine. Perfect. We're immune. Arcanine one-hit KOs with Rock Slide. We're going to take a regular unboosted Acrobatics. We'll take about 17.8%. We just want to have as much HP on Hamilton as possible for when we're dealing with Rotom. And as long as we have a lot of HP, we guarantee bait Shadow Ball on Chandelure. In comes Chandelure. Chandelure sees that its highest damaging attack on Arcanine is Shadow Ball. It outspeeds us. Shadow Ball can crit. Shadow Ball can drop our special defense. It's not possible to guarantee a safe path through it with just Arcanine, so we are holding the Shed Shell. We are going to swap to Noelle Holiday, who takes no damage from Shadow Ball, and lock Chandelure into it because it has a Choice Scarf. Now, if I understand this correctly, Chandelure is forced to stay in because the game sees we outspeed 2-hit KO Rotom. So we can just stay here, spamming Horn Leech. I'm so glad Noelle finally gets to, like, have a turn. It's been a minute. Again, it's going to take us a second here. Horn Leech does not do a lot of damage. Unless we crit. And the nice thing is that we know exactly what Rotom's going to do when it swaps in. Now, even though Noelle can 2-hit KO Rotom, Rotom knows, overheat and could kill Noelle very easily. It's a very cute back sprite, yeah, Hannah. Okay. Nice. I'm so proud of that strat. In comes Rotom Heat. It's never gonna go for Nasty Plot because it sees a kill on Noelle with Overheat. We are going to swap to Arcanine, who takes at most 14.1% from non-crit Overheat. Now we need to make sure, because it has Thunderbolt. Its special attack is now at -2. I believe we only, we only have a chance at losing if it, paralyzes us with Thunderbolt. Because currently, critical hit Thunderbolt does a max of 114 damage. It can't go for Nasty Plot because we're faster than it in 2-hit KO. If Rock Slide flinches, we win immediately. Rock Slide flinched. It has leftovers. It gets some healing. Not enough. All right. Scary fight number 1, complete. Our next fight, we have a 50% chance of needing to survive a single boom turn. We might lose Rapidash. Chat, my chest hurts. That's a scary fight. I don't like it. Okay. Okay. And we actually get to use Noelle another time. So we need Togedemaru and Seismitoad. We are up against a Sun team, which is always fun. Hashtag Sun Team Fun Team. So we bring Toge D. We bring Seismitoad. We bring Arcanine. We bring Sawsbuck. We bring Rapidash. And we bring Garchomp. I have figured out how to lay the blanket I'm working on over the bar of the treadmill in such a way that it isn't too cumbersome to crochet on this thing. I am a god. Are you crocheting while using the treadmill? You're so fucking powerful if that's the case. Get in here, Maisie. Let's get Garchomp back. Gotta go get Rapidash. Check your snap. Oh my god. You're really cool, babe. You're so fucking cool. Oop. Hold on a second. Nope. I want to take a cute photo, but it's having a hard time with the light balance. That'll do. You have to tread your mill at home because bitches at the gym would be too scared of you. Real. Okay, but imagine you go to the gym and you see some bad bitch crocheting on the treadmill. Okay. She tread on my mill till I Alaskan bullworm. What was I talking about? Alright. I'm going to take off everyone's items. And use this as an opportunity to run to the restroom really quickly. Give me just a second, chat. I swear to God, though, they gotta stop, like, disrespecting it, calling it fucking fraud body, when in fact, like, if our run is anything to go by, it has exclusively been God body. Nothing but upside. Okay. Let me just check my line real quickly here. We need soft sand on Seismitoad. We need... Oop, need to properly export that. Doesn't matter what we have on Togedemaru. On Arcanine, we need Hardstone. They call it fraud because it's cope. Real? It's fraud, buddy, because it's frauding your way through fights. Can always rely on it because it'll never let you down. I understand, Hannah. Sitting back down with my pretzels to eat, watching May's Poke team that cannot get beat. Okay, well, knock on wood. Look, we've gotten this far by staying humble, okay? But I do feel quite good about us. Rapidash gets our newly acquired charcoal. Sawsbuck gets a cherry berry. Who up shooting they gunk? Is Arcanine really bait an Octillery next? Yeah, because I guess it just baits down the line. Yeah, Psychic on Octillery does more damage than Payback from Weezing. And Dragon Claw from Turtonator. Cool. She Alaska on my Bullworm till I'm a paperclip and a piece of string. Hate it here. Calming back down, we must stay so humble around my bread treats. I speak in a mumble. I do appreciate your freestyle rap, Kessel. Okay, so Togedemaru does a little bit of chip damage to Torkoal with Fake Out. It always baits either Flamethrower or Scorching Sands, meaning that Torkoal never sets up Stealth Rocks on the turn we swap to Seismitoad. Seismitoad with Soft Sand always guaranteed kills Torkoal after at least 1 point of damage has been done to it. At which point, Octillery does not outspeed, Weezing does not outspeed, Magmortar outspeeds, one-hit KOs Seismitoad with Solar Beam. There is no amount of damage Seismitoad could take that could bait a move other than Solar Beam, especially not Earthquake. Arcanine comes in on Solar Beam really well, even if it crits. Arcanine outspeeds Magmortar by a few points. With Hardstone, it KOs with Rock Slide. After that, it should be Octillery, because Arcanine outspeeds all 3 Pokemon. Octillery is the first in line, and it does the most damage out of all of them, because Weezing doesn't calculate Explosion. In comes Octillery. Octillery will either go for Thunder Wave or Psychic. The thing that makes Octillery scary is it's got a Scope Lens and Sniper. Sniper makes it so that whenever it crits, it does way more damage. Way more. Now the thing is, Sawsbuck has a hard time fighting Octillery because it can't switch in on any of its moves. Except for Psychic and Thunder Wave. We always die to regular Fire Blast or Gunk Shot, but as long as we come in on the Psychic, even if it crits, we always live. After which point, if it goes for Thunder Wave instead, Sawsbuck has a Cherry Berry. Because of Sunlight, Solar Blade is a 1-turn move, and we have the Chlorophyll speed boost. We outspeed this thing like crazy, we raise our head up to the sky, and we cleave through. So we like Oko it with Solar Blade. Then in comes Weezing. It is guaranteed to always see KO with Overheat. Assuming, like, even if we took 0 damage because Thunder Wave turn. If we've taken damage, we bait Random Move. Baiting Random Move is fine. Because we're going to swap to Rapidash. It's not going to explode turn 1. With the sun up, holding Charcoal, Rapidash has a 50-50 chance to one-hit KO Weezing with Overheat. If it fails, we have to risk the 1 in 20 chance that Weezing booms that turn. Technically, it's closer to like 1 in 24, but you get my point though. Like, there's a chance that Weezing booms. If it doesn't boom, we drop our special attack from using Overheat, but like, literally, we kill it with Fire Lash. Even if we get like our attack dropped by Play Rough, like, we kill it with Fire Lash. And then, lastly, in comes Turtonator. Turtonator will either go for a move or it'll go for Shell Smash. It doesn't matter. Because in comes Garchomp. If it sets up Shell Smash, this thing could get scary. It could do a lot of damage to Garchomp. However, as long as Garchomp, I believe, is holding a Muscle Band, always one-hit KOs with Earthquake. Yeah, that's right. Did I have that right now? Yeah, I'll equip Garchomp with Muscle Band. Garchomp always one-hit KOs with Muscle Band, but if it gets off Shell Smash, it doubles its speed. To still be slower than Garchomp! So we literally do not care what move it uses. Dragon Claw can crit us and we'll live. Heat Crash can't burn us. Overheat can't burn us. We swap in, we kill it easy style with Muscle Band. And if like Magmort or if Weezing ends up exploding, Turtonator comes in anyways. Rapidash always dies to explosion, of course. In comes Garchomp. Like it's just free. So yeah. I think this is a pretty safe line. It's of course not guaranteed. Few things in life ever are. But the only point of failure is potentially losing Rapidash. A Pokemon who we like, but is not ultimately like mandatory. So we need Togepi. We need Size. I forgot to get Rapidash from the box. Never forget, Varley is just a jet plane that can fly. She can move so fast. It's crazy. 31, like truly of all the IVs we could have gotten on Garchomp, 31 speed was the most important. Sun, singles, Torkoal. And I'm just going to double check Seismitoad getting crit by Flamethrower and burned takes about 50% of its max HP. Yeah, it still always baits Solar Beam. Yeah, we're fine. I nearly forgot everyone's held items. I'm glad I didn't. So, Soft Sand on Breek. Hamilton needs the Hardstone. Noelle needs a Cherry Berry. Camion needs the Charcoal. And Varley needs the Muscle Band, because she's swole as fuck. Chat, we love powerful women, don't we? Torkoal has Drought, Papa Berry. Okay. So Hannah, where do I go in the gym, though? Don't want to fuck that up. That'd be really embarrassing. Oh, is there only one way to go? There's only one way to go. We're fine. Okay. Maisie gets her emotional support mittens. Everything should be fine. I think he's right here. Ah! Say hello to Kindler Cole. So, Torkoal sets up the sun. Maisie's here to show it kills and to get just a little bit of chip damage. We use Fake Out. Okay. Torkoal always sees kill with Flamethrower. It sometimes sees kill with Scorching Sands. We'd prefer it use Flamethrower, but it... Oh, actually, we'd prefer it use Scorching Sands. Never mind. We swap to Breek. Cool. No crit, no burn. Earth Power with Soft Sand does murder. Nice. Okay. Next should be Magmortar. It is the only thing that outspeeds Seismitoad. It doesn't see that we kill it, and it sees that it kills us with Solar Beam. I'm not powerful IRL, so Varley is my power fantasy. Alright. In comes Magmortar. Magmortar is going to go for Solar Beam. It can do a max of 61% to Hamilton, if it crits. Okay. We now one-hit KO it with Rock Slide. Next in should be Octillery, because it's just going down the line. Good. Octillery will only ever go for Psychic or Thunder Wave. We are going to swap to Noelle. Cool. Take that Thunder Wave like a champ. and eat our cherry berry. Thanks to the harsh sunlight, Solar Blade comes out in a single turn. And it always kills. Down goes the octopus. Now we should see Wheezing, because Wheezing sees kill with Overheat. Turn 1, we don't have to worry about Boom. Okay. We are going to swap to Rapidash. Wheezing is always going to go for Overheat here. That's fine. All of its moves do about the same damage to Rapidash. So yeah, we swap to Camion. It can't go for Explosion because it sees kills with real moves. Overheat. Okay. So, if we manage to one-hit KO it, we're fine. If we don't one-hit KO it, there is a 1 in 20 to 24 chance that it kills Rapidash immediately. We are going to click Overheat. Love to see it just kill outright. Nice! Okay. Alright, we win. Good. I would have been really sad if we lost Rapidash. It's not like the most powerful tool on our team, but like it's fast. It's got a decent enough special attack. Like it can hold Charcoal and click Overheat. And that's a really useful niche. In comes Turtonator. It doesn't see a kill with anything. It could go for Shell Smash. I actually don't think it can because it sees that we 2-hit KO it with high horsepower. So it's probably gonna go for like Overheat. It's fine. We're gonna swap to Garchomp. In comes Varley. Oh, did go for Shell Smash. Interesting. Fast overheat button's always useful. Again though, even after its defense drops and its speed boosts, it's 128 speed, we're 138. We one-hit KO with Earthquake. Okay. Okay. Feels good. That fight was a real bitch to plan. Thank you, Hannah, for recommending Togedemaru opener. We were originally calcing that line where Togedemaru was, or not Togedemaru, where Camerupt was the first thing on the field, and it killed, because it could outspeed Torkoal and one-hit KO it always. The issue there, though, words are hard. Is that it would bait in Wheezing second, which means that Camion would have to survive 1 to 2 potential boom turns. Thankfully, it did not. Now, I kind of have these next 3 fights calced. A little. It's complicated. Camerupt is the natural easiest 1v1 for Torkoals, but yeah, it didn't proceed to a good enough line in the gym without pre-damage. Yeah. Like, if we could pre-damage, so that way, like, Wheezing always saw kill with Overheat, but then it would send an Octillery second, it still would have been fine. Well, way to go, Camion. Way to fucking push beyond and guarantee your own survival. So, next 3 fights are all in a row. Our current plan is, I believe, it is Garchomp-centric again. Shock of all shocks, Garchomp is a really useful Pokemon. So yeah, Garchomp versus Ninetales. We do what we did with Zebstrika last time, because it's got a Focus Sash, so we can't one-hit KO it anyways. So Bulldoze into Earthquake. If we give Garchomp a Lumberry, we should be fine. So the question is, Flygon makes this line guaranteed, pretty much, because this Solrock has Rock Polish, and it has 2 flinch moves. It's most likely to use Overheat on Garchomp, which would be nice. Our goal for this fight is to essentially make sure that we can guarantee Brave Bird on Toucanon on the turn we swap to Arcanine, which is easier said than done. Again, Solrock here has Rock Polish, which gives it +2 speed. We can't guarantee a 1-hit KO. We can definitely 2-hit KO it with Iron Head, and there's a chance that Iron Head flinches turn 1, because if Garchomp only takes a hit from friggin' like 1 hit from Ninetales, there's also a chance that Ninetales likely goes for Hypnosis turn 1. We're gonna give Garchomp a Lumberry regardless, in case we get burned by Flamethrower and in case we get slept by Hypnosis. I'm being a little extra like gluttonous with my supplies for this gym because this is like one of the scariest gyms. Yeah. Because like Garchomp is simply the best thing at handling this Ninetales. Flygon could in theory perform the same thing. Lumberries don't come up all that often, so I support using them when they're good. Yeah. Because typically you can just kind of like, you know, pre-status, or, you know, you're only worried about the one. So yeah, we can't use Camerupt because Camerupt is slower than Ninetales. Flygon does have Bulldoze. We could Bulldoze into Stomping Tantrum. So the idea is Garchomp is in against Ninetales. We use Bulldoze. We drop its speed. There is theoretically a very small chance where Ninetales goes for Psychic, hits us, drops our special defense, which would mean we might need to steer a little bit. But the idea is Garchomp gets Ninetales with Bulldoze. It then loses 1 speed. We are now faster than it. Garchomp gets KO with Earthquake. Then, because I believe... actually, does Solrock come in before Toucanon? The main Lum uses are Gym, so no pre-status or Confusion is one of the possible conditions. Yeah. So I believe it's guaranteed to be Solrock next, because Garchomp outdamages both Solrock and Toucanon. Hold on, if we're not holding a Muscle Band, we still probably have... Oh, forgot to toggle off Sun. Yeah. Okay, so the odds are a little higher that Ninetales... Oh, wait. Oh, no, Ninetales sets up Sun for this fight. It has Drought. I thought I forgot to toggle it off. Yeah. So... yeah. Garchomp doesn't... It's pretty difficult for Garchomp to ever show, like, Toucanon doing more damage to it than it does to Toucanon. So yeah, the issue is Solrock. Solrock has a Fire Gem. Once it uses it up, we don't gotta worry about it. There's plenty of things that can fight this thing, because Solrock, does not have really good special attack. The idea would essentially be, once it's used up, like, yeah, let's see. What happens when Fire Gem is gone, and its special attack is at -2? Overheat does, like, nothing. So yeah. Solrock could turn 1 Zen Headbutt. Or, sorry. Turn 1 Rock Polish. Turn 2... Zen Headbutt. If it flinches us, Garchomp's in a weird position. However, if we send in Garchomp, if we flinch it, then we can just kill it. If it uses Rock Polish, we could... The original plan was to bring Flygon, who could then swap in after Rock Polish, take any of its hits really well, get it with first impression, and then if we gave Flygon a Citrus Berry, we would always bait Brave Bird, which it takes 8% minimum recoil damage, Arcanine with a Hard Stone, then kills with Rock Slide. The main issue is, like, if Garchomp takes too much damage, it could get a little weird. We really don't want anything to get hit by Rock Blast specifically. Because I know that for later fights, we guaranteed need Excadrill, who could similarly... Yeah, there's just no situation where, like, random move doesn't show Overheat as an option. So we can't guarantee swap into Excadrill. I'm trying to remember. We need Excadrill. Friggin... That's right. We do still need Arcanine no matter what. Then Excadrill for the next fight. And then these three are all we need there. And then, theoretically, I believe the third trainer becomes perfectly consistent if we are able to bring Eldegoss, Gyarados, and Hitmonchan. The question is... Hitmonchan, where are you? Are we able to use these guys in a way that, like... You know, not really. Like... See, like, Overheat into Gyarados does not do that much damage. Zen Headbutt could do a lot of damage, but it probably won't. I think I could probably use Gyarados as like a swap into Gyarados. It gets the -1 on its attacks. It always baits Rock Slide. This is assuming it's gotten like Rock Polish up. Then swap back to Garchomp after it's got like -1s. You take less damage. I don't know. It's just kind of awkward, right? Because we need to have more... Okay, the thing is, we just need to be above 18.4%. Ideally, we want to make sure we bait Brave Bird is the annoying thing. We could, if we don't bait Brave Bird, swap in Gyarados potentially. Because, like, as long as we have enough HP, we're fine. But we can't really afford to give Garchomp, like... a Citrus Berry in case things go poorly with Ninetales. Like, I suppose theoretically we could use Arcanine to fight Ninetales, but in order to be able to avoid all of its status bullshit, we would need to give it a Lumberry, which means we can't give it Hardstone. And honestly, we kind of run into the same problem with Solrock, where, like, it's likely to set up turn 1 with speed boosting moves. It's just a whole thing. Because if we can do it with just these three, I think we're, or with just these two, I think we're fine. Like, if we need to use these two as support, we can. Because, like, what happens if you're only +1? You're still probably faster, right? Yeah. But in theory, swap to Gyarados, baits Rock Slide, swap to Eldegoss, baits Overheat, swaps to Gyarados. Because once that fire gem's gone, yeah. Hell, if we can get in Eldegoss, well, it's like slower than it. Eldegoss could one-hit KO it. But then it could bait overheat. Should be awkward. Yeah. We need to make sure, and it's like, Flygon is just as good at as Garchomp at, like, guaranteed baiting Bravebird. It's weird. It's weird, it's weird, it's weird. I suppose we could open with Hitmonchan into Ninetales, use Fake Out, and then it goes for, like, Flamethrower or Psychic into Gyarados. Gyarados can't kill it, but... yeah. And also, Garchomp is slower than Ninetales, so we kind of run back into the same issue. It's like... because, okay, let's say we do this fight with just these two. Next trainer. Galarian Rapidash has Pastel Veil and a Life Orb. No Sun. Excadrill always lives Mystical Fire. We give it a Rostberry in case it gets Will-O-Wisped. We always one-hit KO with Iron Head. I believe we then always bait in Darmanitan. Darmanitan sees KO with Flare Blitz or Earthquake. Hold on. Yeah, it always sees KO with Flare Blitz or Earthquake. Maybe Zen Headbutt. We swap to Garchomp. We take all of its hits really good. We outspeed it. We kill it with Earthquake. In comes Blissey. Blissey is likely to go for Counter or Hyper Voice. We can swap to Arcanine, who can use Heat Wave twice, dropping Blissey's max HP below 80%, so that way, because I think we need to give Garchomp here a Citrus Berry, just in case. Because, like, what was it about Psychic? Because, like, Darmanitan could Flare Blitz and crit us. Yeah, we want to be able to give Garchomp a Citrus Berry. So without Muscle Band, Varley does minimum 82% to Blissey, and we obviously don't want to hit Earthquake into a Blissey and then get countered. So 2 Heat Waves with Arcanine into Blissey, swap to Garchomp, who then secures KO. Does Garchomp need Rost for Flare Blitz burn? Does it need Rost? I forget that Flare Blitz can burn. That might have been it, actually. Yeah, no, I didn't account for that. That being said, we could actually swap to Gyarados to take either no damage on Earthquake or... oh yeah, Sheer Force, that's what it is. I knew I calced for this. That being said, we could also just, like, swap to Gyarados to get the drops. Also, Hitmonchan, how much damage do you do? Black Belt Hitmonchan does so much damage. Okay, actually, when Blissey comes out, we didn't have Hitmonchan in the line when we calced this the first time, because we wanted to save slots. Hitmonchan can actually come in against Chansey, use Fake Out. Obviously, it can't counter if it's been Fake Out. And then Sky Uppercut kills even through Choppleberry as long as we're holding a Black Belt. So never mind, we don't even need Arcanine Garchomp. So actually, I guess... equip. Hit him with Black Belt. Swap to... like... the only issue would be Garchomp is on the field. Yeah, its highest damage removes Hyper Voice. Which won't kill Hitmonchan. I think, like, even if we get crit by Flare Blitz, upper end is 66%, 126. 190 minus 120 is 70. Minus 6 is 64. Yeah, Blissey never sees kill with Psychic, always sees kill with Hyper Voice, potentially. We then swap to Hitmonchan, who always lives critical hit Hyper Voice, does the thing where, you know, clap, and then sets it up to be KO'd with Sky Uppercut. So swap to hit him, use F out, KO with S uppercut. Uppercut. Okay, cool. Even more consistent. And then on our next trainer. So this is where things get kind of weird. So this Infernape has Blaze, a Focus Sash, really good speed. It's got everything. It's kind of a nightmare. Now the thing is, we can open with Gyarados. Infernape here always wants to go for Fake Out turn 1 because it doesn't see kill with anything. And it, like, you know, we can hurt it. So it goes, we get Intimidate off. We drop its attack to -1. That doesn't matter too much because its only physical move is Fake Out. We swap to Garchomp. Garchomp takes Fake Out, does 1/8 of Infernape's max HP in recoil damage. Infernape then wants to go for Focus Blast. Now, we can then swap back to Gyarados, who takes Focus Blast really well, and then always baits Grass Knot. We swap into Eldegoss, who takes no damage from Grass Knot. Cotton Down reduces Infernape's speed by 1, dropping it to 100. It then always baits Fire Blast, which Garchomp does not take a lot of damage from. We can even give Garchomp, or hell, actually, we could probably use Arcanine at this. No, we couldn't. Like, Garchomp's not even holding an item, so we could give it a Rostberry, because I believe Fire Blast can burn. Yeah, 10% chance to burn. We can give Garchomp a Rostberry. So at most we're taking like 43% plus the Fake Out from before. We then KO with Earthquake. Game sees that we outspeed and do more damage to Centiskorch than it does to us. So it is going to go for this pesky little Houndoom. This would be so much easier if we didn't fucking speed tie it, but we do. And that's a problem. Now, with Houndoom here, it has Pursuit, it has Destiny Bond. Really frustrating moves to deal with. Now, you know who can actually deal with Houndoom really well? Our dear friend Kethri. Because let's assume it goes for Destiny Bond. We swap in Kethri, it gets Destiny Bonded. If it KOs Houndoom next turn, which it can do very easily with Sky Uppercut or Drain Punch, we die with it. We use Fake Out, blanks the Destiny Bond turn. Before it tries to get us with Destiny Bond again, we use Mach Punch. With Black Belt, guarantees KO. In comes Centiskorch here. Centiskorch, it could go for Fire Lash or it could go for Coil. We can swap to Arcanine and 2-hit KO with Rock Slide pretty easy. I think we give it a Cherry Berry, just in case. Like, even if it gets a Coil off, like, the defense boost and the attack boost will not make it do enough damage to be able to KO Arcanine before we can KO it. We would just want to get a Cherry Berry in case we get, like, parried by Thunderfang. So, having Goss, Gara, and Kethri make this fight really doable. But if we don't have Flygon, it means that this fight can be a little scary because of Toucannon. Just a little, but also, like, just enough. I'm trying to think, like, is there a way... Swapping in Gyarados and then baiting, like, Rock Blast? Well, because... yeah, we drop all of its attack stats. Because, like, theoretically, if we bait Rock Blast into Kethri, that's perfect. Kethri can then use Fake Out, do at least 5%, almost guaranteed baits in Brave Bird. But even if it doesn't, swap to Arcanine. I think we're fine. I think we're good to steer with Kethri. It's like, our situation is if we get flinched a bunch by Solrock. If Solrock uses Overheat once, we're fine. Literally, that is our only issue. Like, theoretically, if Ninetales decides it wants to attack over using Hypnosis, and it crits us. And then Soul Rock crits us. Like, it's awkward, but I think it's fine. And notably, actually, how much damage do you do, Kethri? Kethri does a lot of damage. Fake out and a Mach Punch. Mach Punch, Fake Out. Garchomp does minimum 58%. It's not enough. Like Excadrill could slaughter this thing if it could get in. But obviously it dies to overheat. Like if it doesn't have Fire Gem, we live all non-crit overheats. So I do think we give Excadrill. So what does Excadrill bait afterwards? It then baits a different overheat, which is funny. I think this is gonna have to work. It's kind of our best line, because we don't have any really solid answers to Rapidash that also answer other issues. Like, yeah. We always live play rough, but no. Like, Turtonator, I think, could beat it. Nidoking dies to crit, and of course if it gets flinched, you know, it's a whole thing. Oop. 1 second. I think, like, I don't know, Hannah, do you think the first line is safe enough to probably just bring to, like, have the spare room for Eldegoss? In theory, swapping to Arcanine takes Overheat and Zen Headbutt really well. Then swap to Goss. It's a bit weird and hard to imagine with a lot of pivots, but it's probably fine, but it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous too. Really cool how Rapidash just fucking murders Toucannon. Like, I think what happens is if Toucannon comes in and has very low HP, like, it's virtually impossible for us to have HP so low that we show it kills with Rock Blast on Garchomp. We can swap to Gyarados, get Intim off. Gyarados takes everything but Rock Blast really well, and even then it takes like Rock Blast really well, barring a bunch of crits. We can give Gyarados a Citrus Berry to make it more consistent. It then always goes for Rock Blast, which we can send in Kethri on. Kethri can then fake out swap to Arcanine. I think that works. I think this should be pretty solid. Like, we can give Kethri a Citrus Berry instead of Black Belt, because obviously it doesn't need it. Yeah. I think this is the line. So I do need to really quickly rewrite the third one. So equip. Yeah, I guess equip Elda and Flygon. Hi, Newt. We are calking a Flannery Gauntlet. Can't stay for long, wanted to say hello. Well, I appreciate the hello. We got Mudkip as our egg, by the way, in case you're curious. Yeah, okay. I think as long as we give Garchomp a citrus berry, we never have to worry about pursuit from Houndoom. Like, even if we're switching out, crit pursuit doesn't kill. Okay. So it's open with Gyarados. Swap to Arca, or not Arca, Gark. Swap to Yar. Swap to Elda. Swap to Gark. KO with... Oop, I hear my wife. Hello, my wife. Okay. So we want to... Definitely want to hit him with Black Belt. Equip Gark with frickin' Rostberry. Equip Gyarados, can have a Citrus Berry. Equip Yair with Citrus Berry. Equip, hit him with Black Belt. Gyarados with Citrus Berry. Hell, brain is silly. So, starts you, goes to you, goes back to you. We want to equip Arca with a Cherry Berry. Phone buzz. So far. Sorry, chat, sending a text. I like getting to say aplomb. It's a fun word to have an excuse to say sometimes. Okay, so... Rostberry, Citrus Berry, Belt. It kind of doesn't matter what Eldegoss has. We can give it a Citrus too. Equip, hit him with Black Belt. Equip Arca with Cherry Berry. Cherry Berry. Okay. I don't really know what we would put on fucking Excadrill. Wide Lens, in case we need to Stone Edge. Equip Exca with Wide Lens. I wonder, because Exca, you can't... No, you're swapping it on a Fire Blast, duh. You don't even do that much damage. It's really embarrassing. Yeah. And we want to make sure that we do the chip damage first and then KO it, so that way this thing doesn't get Blaze off. Because, whew! Alright, yeah, so the scariest fight is the first fight. So that's fun. So we want to equip Garchomp with a Lumberry. We are no longer using Flygon here. equip Arco with Hardstone. Equip Hit 'em with Citrus Berry. Also equip Gyarados with Citrus. Hit 'em. And Gyara with Citrus. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and honestly, like, same for Eldegoss. Equip Hit 'em. Elda. And Gyara with Citrus Berry. Alright, fun, exciting times ahead. Don't need to worry about healing items, because damage isn't a thing. Or, yeah, like, you get healed in between fights. Okay, Reek, But yeah, no, Gyarados serves a very important function in this line, which is a thing that baits Grass Knot on Infernape. Shockingly important part of the equation. Need Excadrill. We need Eldegoss. And Hitmonchan. Okay. Take off all of the held items on the box. Bag. Many people wish they could bait not turtle. So yeah. This could be a little spooky. Solrock is basically guaranteed to go for Rock Polish turn 1. Thankfully, it is more likely to ever go for Overheat than it is to go for Zen Headbutt. If only by a little bit. It's still possible he goes for Zen Headbutt, and even then, Zen Headbutt's only a chance of flinching. Okay. We are going to give Varley a Lumberry. We are going to give Hamilton a Hard Stone. Hamilton currently holding the Hard Stone? Damn right he is. We're gonna give Arceus here the frickin' Wide Lens. Yeah, honestly, if like worst comes to worst and we have to send an Excadrill, it can theoretically fight Toucannon. Maybe. Kethri gets a Citrus. Aramaya gets a Citrus. Pari gets a Citrus. I can't believe we managed to keep our Citrus stocks over 90 this whole time. I suppose realistically, I keep like seeing like, wow, we managed to save our Citrus, but they are like there in case of a like 1 in 16 fuck up. So I suppose realistically, it's not all that likely that it would happen. Okay. I'm scared. I am definitely a little scared. I'm gonna check something really quickly. Pretty sure Pastel Veil just like prevents getting poisoned, right? Yeah, okay, it's fine. I'm like thinking about a Pokemon that has an ability that I might not like think too hard about. Because yeah, Drought, Levitate, Skill Link, Pastel Veil, Serene Grace, Sheer Force, Blaze, Unnerve, White Smoke. White Smoke just prevents status changes, or like stat changes, right? Yeah, from lowering this Pokemon's stat stages. Okay. Okay. Once we step down this ledge. Garchomp is in first slot. Garchomp is holding Lumberry. Heartstone. Cool. What'd you miss while I was gone? Mostly just like, finalizing our calcs for the next 3 fights. All right, say hello to cool trainer Gerald. Go Varley. Ninetales outspeeds us. We would love to see Ninetales use Nasty Plot or Hypnosis turn 1. Those would be great. We are going to use Bulldoze. Nasty Plot, nice. The more HP Garchomp has, the better. Not having to worry about getting Flamethrower is like great. Bulldoze drops its speed, so we now outspeed it and can snag KO with Earthquake. Oh, with the Knot Choke. Yeah, baiting the move Grass Knot. So we're going to use Earthquake. Okay. That's good. In comes Solrock. We always get 1 Iron Head off at the very least. If we flinch it, like, we win. So, Solrock here has a Fire Gem, Levitate. It knows Zen Headbutt, Rock Slide, Overheat, Rock Polish. It is most incentivized to use Rock Polish. It could use either Zen Headbutt or Overheat. We would prefer, like, if it clicked an attack turn 1, that would be the best thing for us. Or if we flinch it, that's even better. So we are going to click Iron Head. We do minimum 58.7%. A bonk. Nice! Okay. Scariest part of the fight's done. Literally scariest part of the entire gauntlet. Spent so much time calking around that fucking Solrock, and it flinches. Cool. Nice. Sorry for the loud noise, babe. She can't hear me. Now in comes Toucannon. Toucannon has 4 attacking moves. It always sees that its highest damaging move against Garchomp is Brave Bird. That's fine for us. Honestly, I don't even think we need to switch to Arcanine. I think if we like... Yeah, wait. We have full HP. We outspeed. Brave Bird can't kill us if it crits. We literally don't even need to swap to Arcanine. Yeah. I think we can literally just kill it with 2 Dragon Claws. Because we outspeed, yeah, there's nothing that should cause a problem here. It'll take recoil damage from Brave Bird and recoil damage from Rough Skin. We're not holding a Citrus, so it's not like it would use up resources. Yeah, fuck it. We can just get it with Dragon Claw. Yeah, cool. We win. Well, this fight. I'm pretty sure we win all of the fights. I think the rest of our lines are pretty watertight. There's potentially some issues with like the Centiscorch in the final fight if we like get some really nasty RNG, but pretty sure we're good. Nice. That's really fucking great. Okay. I know we don't need to heal our guys, but I am compelled to heal our guys. So chat, do you understand why I was so hyped about getting Garchomp? After today's stream, like, do you kind of get it? Varley, our little monster. Ooh, you want to heal me at a Pokemon Center? I do not, Watermelon. I can't leave. I cannot leave this gauntlet. So we want to open with Excadrill. We want to have frickin' Varley. Cause yeah. Going over the line. That's right. Excadrill shows kill to Blissey with Fire Blast, but it shows fast kill to Darmanitan with Flare Blitz. Yeah. Life Orb, we always kill it with Iron Head. We are going to give Argyros a Rostberry. We are going to give Varley a Citrus Berry. A Citrus. Because Varley getting hit by crit Flare Blitz, proccing Citrus Berry. When Blissey comes in, always baits Hyper Voice, yeah. You've had Varley for a total of 7 fights so far. It has 8 frags. Hannah, are you happy? Are you glad that your glory is represented in this little demon? Yeah, we don't even need Hamilton for this fight. I believe Kethri, very happy. Good. Okay, so we want Black Belt on Hitmonchan. Yeah, I'll give Hamilton a Citrus Berry just in case. Barley, we already took off your Lum, right? Yeah. And we'll give Pari a Citrus Berry, I guess. Cool, yeah. Pari never dies to frickin' Fire Blast from Blissey. Funny. Okay. So we should have a Rostberry, a Citrus Berry, a Black Belt, just making sure. Oh yeah, you one-hit KO Darmanitan with Earthquake. Easy. Yeah. Black Belt, Citrus Berry, Citrus Berry, Citrus Berry. Garchomp never has a roll where it baits Fire Blast off Blissey. Definitely never baits Psychic. Yeah, we're good. It's nice that Arceus is finally getting some use. And we don't care what move we swap into on Darmanitan. Yeah. So, Hannah, where do we go? Top slot? I assume they probably both spit us out at the same spot. I'm just gonna wait for a solid answer, though, because I don't want to fuck it up. I do not want to fuck it up. Welcome back, Volt Flare. I think I'm gonna go. I'm EP, have a lot of YouTube tabs open. That's fair. Thanks for hanging out, Rose. What are we waiting on? I believe it's top slot, yes, but I don't 100% remember. I'm gonna save just in case. Chat, I reserve the right to walk it back because I could Google it, but I'm just trying to, like, save time. Front slot, good. Top, yeah, cool. Okay. Here comes fight number 2. My guy, I would love to rest in the hot sand. Okay. Highest damage move on this Rapidash is Mystical Fire, which is super effective. It drops our special attack if it hits us. But crit max roll on it is 80%. It's also could potentially go for Will-O-Wisp, but I think it's incentivized to do so. We one-hit KO it with Iron Head. We have a Rostberry in case we get burned. Mystical Fire, makes sense. Bonk. Now we show a slow kill to Blissey and a fast kill to Darmanitan. So Darmanitan is going to come in next. Darmanitan sees a kill with Flare Blitz or Earthquake. The most Flare Blitz can do to Garchomp is 66% after crit. Earthquake does even less. So we swap to Varley. Earthquake. We'd love to see the lower damage move. Okay. Oh, Earthquake doesn't have secondary effects, so it still takes Life Orb damage. That's funny. Okay. Varley comes in. We outspeed by 8 points. We one-hit KO with Earthquake. Such a fucking demon, man. Yeah, no, I feel really justified in, like, losing sleep with how excited I got over this Garchomp. In comes Blissey. We cannot one-hit KO Blissey. It knows counter. It also has Hyper Voice, Fire Blast, and Psychic. It has a Choppleberry and Serene Grace. So the extra effects of its moves are double as likely to happen. That being said, even through Choppleberry, Kethri does a lot of damage. So we're going to swap to Kethri. We'd love to see it use counter this turn, but it truly does not matter. Okay. We use Fake Out. That'll make it flinch. I wonder, what's the highest damage? That's so funny. Let's say, just making sure, like, counter doesn't somehow work through flinch, right? There's not something fancy there I'm forgetting? Like, there's nothing stupid here? I just gotta make sure, like... God, you're good? Okay, thank you, Hannah. Truly, my brain, like, starts to invent, like, made-up scenarios of, like, worst case. Because, like, legit, the lowest roll for Fake Out, if we got countered, would kill Hitmonchan. Because Blissey has so much fucking HP. Flinched. Okay. Sky Uppercut does a minimum 88.9%. Just making sure we have the black belt. We do. Iron Fist boosted, black belt boosted, Sky Uppercut, baby. Even through a fucking Choppleberry that cuts our damage in half. Ours is the fist that will pierce the Blissey. Play with fire and be burned. All right, 2 down. 1 more to go. This is the scary one, but thankfully, this fight is a lot easier because we brought, because we were able to make room for Pari. So, we are going to switch Aramaya to the front. So we need Gyarados, Garchomp, Gyarados, Eldegoss, Garchomp, Hitmonchan, Arcanine. Yeah. I love Pokemon. I know that they heal us, but I'm, like, compelled. No, I don't need to. I'm gonna save before the fight. If for whatever reason I don't get healed, I reserve the right to reload and heal. Aramaya should have a Citrus Berry. Good. Varley should have... Actually, Varley needs a Rost Berry in case of Fire Blast. Pari gets an emotional support Citrus Berry. Kethri, I believe, still needs the Black Belt. Yeah, because Black Belt makes it do 91% with Mach Punch. Crazy. Gotta reorganize these. So funny. Okay, has Black Belt. Hamilton needs a Cherry Berry. And Arceus gets the Wide Lens for funsies. Cool. Black Belt, Cherry Berry, Wide Lens. Okay. Reinstate. I'm saving the game. I believe I am fine to get friggin' bonked. Cause yeah. Oop. Hello. We should get automatically healed. If we did not get automatically healed, I said earlier, I reserve the right to reload my save. Out comes Aramaya. Good. Okay. So, Infernape here does not see a kill on Gyarados, so it always wants to use Fake Out. For that reason, we are going to swap to Varley, because Fake Out and Grass Knot are Infernape's only contact moves. By getting hit with Fake Out, Varley does some chip damage and breaks Infernape's Focus Sash. Solid. No crit on Fake Out is nice. Okay, now that Varley is on the field, Infernape sees that its highest damaging move is Focus Blast, who Gyarados takes very little damage from. We don't care if it misses, we don't care if it drops our special defense, because we always bait the same move afterwards. Intimidate, procs, neat, Fake Out, can't attack again. Good, no crit. No stat drop, all right. The reason that we wanted Eldegoss for this is because the potential for Focus Blast to drop Gyarados' stats could make it vulnerable to Pursuit from Houndoom if we get like some unlucky crits. Against Gyarados, it sees its highest damaging attack is Grass Knot, which does at max 3% to Eldegoss. Procs Cotton down. Dropping it to 100 speed. It now sees that its highest damaging attack is always Fire Blast, which Garchomp does not take a lot of damage from, so we swap to Varley. We have a Rostberry in case Fire Blast burns. Bonk. No crit, no burn. Perfect. Earthquake kills. After the speed drop, we are always faster than it. We are now going down the line. I believe we bait in Houndoom next. Do we bait Houndoom? Ooh, hold on. There is a chance that we might bait in Centiscorch. Maybe. Ooh, hold on. I actually didn't think about that. Okay, good. Houndoom. Since it sees that it wins the speed tie, it continues going down the line. Okay. Houndoom is going to go for either Dark Pulse or Destiny Bond. Hitmonchan lives both of those really well. So we are going to swap to Kethri. Destiny Bond, because it saw that we could one-hit KO it, so it wanted to take us down with it. So now if we killed Houndoom this turn, Kethri would die. We're going to use Fake Out. Now you might think, well, April, now you're just spinning your wheels. If I understand this correctly, we have now stalled a turn. I'm going to double, triple check Destiny Bond. Until the user's next move. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. Destiny, Bond, and Flinch. Pretty sure Destiny Bond is still active. I'm glad I thought to look this up. Could have sworn it only works the turn it's used. Someone clicked it, and I didn't KO the Pokemon this turn. They didn't use it, and I KO'd the Pokemon. The next turn it still went down because of it. It's just guaranteed death sentence no matter what, or am I missing something? Spell works either faster and use they're slower. I'm going to look up Destiny Bond's Bulbapedia page. Okay. When Destiny Bond is in use, the user, until the user moves again, if the user faints as a direct result of an attack, the attacking Pokemon also faints. If the user takes another turn, including inactive turns, such as those spent sleeping or flinching, the effect disappears. Chat, all information that we have seen should say that Destiny Bond will not kill us here. Witnessed. Am I able to reserve the right to do a little jump back if something happens? Like, I don't want to cheese it. I don't want to be like too cheesy. Yeah. Let me check the bugs list. Control F, Destiny. Okay, yeah. I see no reference to Destiny Bond in the bug list. This shouldn't happen. if we get fucked over by this, there's no documentation that says it shouldn't work this way, I reserve the right to do a walkback, but it shouldn't kill us. Mach Punch. Cool. Okay. Jesus. All right. Big heart attack over nothing. Big heart attack over nothing. Centiscorch here is going to go for either Fire Lash or Coil. I think we would prefer it go for Fire Lash because it's either going to get a boost to its attack or it's going to drop our defense. So we'd rather we do it in the way that, like, you know, only adjusts one stat. So we're going to swap to Hamilton. Hamilton should be able to 2-hit KO with Rock Slide. Fire Lash, good. It does drop our defense. Thunder Fang can do up to 30%. We're going to use Rock Slide. We outspeed. So yeah, everyone say thank you to Kethri for being the answer to every annoying fight. Good. We always live crit Thunderfang. We did not get paralyzed. We kill with Rock Slide. And that, my friends, is the Lava Ridge Gym Gauntlet. Sick. Kick ass. We're not done with the gym. I think there are 2 more fights. I'm really proud of that. There were some mildly scary parts, just a smidge. It's 3 more fights, damn it. Okay, Hannah, how do I get out of here? Can I just use an escape rope? Damn. Is that ice cream? Sprinkles?
We have sprinkles. And we have pretzels.
Okay, yeah. Again, I saved the game. I could look up the way to walk out of this gym. To save time, we're just gonna take a guess. And if we're wrong, we relive. I believe this is the way out. Chat, because if we can make it to Flannery, we can probably beat Flannery. Like, we have the box check for Flannery. Namely, Arcanine and 2 guys with Protect. I don't think we used a single Citrus Berry, which is cool. Thank you, Kethri, for being the answer to a bunch of fights again. Yeah. Because, yeah, the main thing we needed Kethri for there is, specifically by having Mach Punch, it could fake out to stall the Destiny Bond turn, and then use a priority move to beat the fuck out of it before it could get off another Destiny Bond. Okay, guess we look at the next trainer. Another Torkoal? Another Sun Team? In the Fire Gym. Say it ain't so. Drought, Custap Berry. Well, at least this one doesn't have Sturdy. We love to see a Torkoal that gets absolutely obliterated by Camerupt. Jeff is my beloved. Oh no. I guess let's take a look. I don't think I'm gonna do any more fights tonight, but I am gonna try to calc. You know, I'll do a little bit more calcing. Well, actually, we can go until 9. I forgot that we started an hour early today. Very casual triple explosion team. Go to hell. Opens. Torque. Which means something tells me we're probably not actually going to be able to effectively do camera up to opener. Thankfully, this one doesn't have, because, like, let me see. All of its moves show kill to, or Togedemaru shows kill for all of its moves. Yeah, no, we can do the Seismitoad shuffle again if we've gotta. Ooh, actually, can we? We actually kind of don't do enough damage. That's funny. It's not funny. Okay, so Camerupt is in. It Okos. We'll at least see how it goes. Open with Game. Poke Whip. Came with Soft Sand. OHKO with E Power. Swap 2. Yeah, probably just this guy, right? Yep, and then immediately sees way to get us with Explosion. Fun. I just wish these motherfuckers didn't all have Fire Blast. But it does mean we could use Steelix as a pivot. Though, hold on, let's see if there's anything else. Ooh, definitely not Skunk Tank. Guts, Toxic Orb, Facade, Flareon. Funny. That being said, it's considered healthy turn 1. And it does see that it dies to Earthquake. Okay. So yeah. It's always baiting Body Slam, Power Whip, or Explosion. Steelix lives all of those, and then baits Fire Blast. I love Steelix. It's literally just my explosion-proof man. Yeah, no matter what damage it takes, it'll always bait Fire Blast. Except for maybe, like, a low roll on Body Slam, but that's pretty unlikely. We could also, in theory, give Steelix the Sticky Barb. Because, yeah, it's always taking either Body Slam or Power Whip. If it explodes, even with Sticky Barb, we always live. And, like, yeah, crit Power Whip into something. We're not going to ever be dropped low enough to not bait Fire Blast. It has Oblivious and an Assault Vest. Ooh, is that exactly enough from Kethri? 20 damage plus 176, 196. Kethri continues to be the answer to everything. Ooh, Fire Blast, though. Could get burned. Okay, Kethri is a maybe. The problem is the Turtonator doesn't have a normal resist, so even though it's really bulky, it still dies to Explosion. Seismitoad lives Fire Blast and then baits Power Whip. And then we're definitely safe to Power Whip, even if it crits. Doesn't have any extra effect, and it can miss. Send in Kethri, fake out Sky Uppercut, at which point... Does it not send in Skunk Tank? It's awkward, because, like, we probably show Skunk Tank kill, but it could miss. And healthy Flareon always sees kill with Flare Blitz or Solar Beam. Thankfully, this is a swap to Arcanine, kill with Rock Slide situation. And then at that point, Skuntank is the last Pokemon on their team, so it can't explode. And even then, it's really bad at exploding into Arcanine. Like, Hitmonchan, you're never baiting Stomping Tantrum, right? Maybe if you get, like, crit? Garchomp could also answer Flareon. Takes every possible move incredibly well. Doesn't need to hold, or doesn't, like, can hold a Rossberry in case it gets Flare Blitzed. Then outspeeds and gets the kill with Earthquake. And then outspeeds and gets the kill with Earthquake. Garchomp's insane, man. Why is Garchomp so insane? Yeah, because, like... both outspeed. It's a little awkward. It's definitely a little awkward. Because Kethri... yeah. Because obviously if Skuntank comes in third, that's an issue. Man, it does no damage with Boom. I'm genuinely thinking, like, no held item, its highest damage attack is still knockoff. Always lives, crit explosion. If it's T1 Boom. 2-hit KO with Heat Wave. It's awkward. It could be doable. Because it's like if Power Whip high rolls into Hitmonchan, or crits, obviously. If it crits, that's actually a good thing, because then we guaranteed bait and attack off Skuntank, and that's a free swap into Garchomp. Also, Earthquake. So if I'm correct, Aftermath only procs on contact moves, and Earthquake is not one of those. If this Pokemon is knocked out with a contact move, okay, and... yeah. Earthquake is not a contact move. Garchomp, you can't just, like, Raw Dog fight Torkoal, can you? No. You cannot. I wish Kethri could just be a little bulkier. That would do it. Chat, do we use our second heart scale on Kethri finally? Oh my god. suppose the really insane world is, like, turn 1 Licky Licky on the board, swap in Steelix, Licky Licky explodes, sends in Skunk Tank, try to swap into something that doesn't die to... Okay, thankfully Skunk Tank has Fire Blast. I'm like, then Skunk Tank fucking explodes? No, we are safe from that. Because, like, Kethri is baiting Fire Blast or Poison Jab. Or, of course, Explosion. Can you use a potential sacrificial pivot to get Garchomp in safely? Potentially. 'Cause, yeah, if it's Flareon, we can Raw Dog into Garchomp. If it's Skunk Tank... Because it's like, I can't risk Arcanine, obviously. I don't want to risk Lucario. I could swap into Gorobus and Flip Turn. It would, of course, risk 2 turns of getting boomed on Gorobus. Kind of insane that Ledian could live that Fire Blast. You go, Ledian. But also you're slower than Skunk Tank, so oops. Sadly, Gorobus is too bulky. It does not show kill. In theory, if we gave Gorobus like a held item, but I don't think that would even do it. Yeah. Like, in theory, if we got hit by crit knockoff. Oh, my poor besuffering wife. Am I willing to risk Nomo again, chat? Because, like, Lucario can't break through Licky Licky the way Hitmonchan can. The way Hitmon can. Until we get close combat, though. Oh, then we're cooking. Yeah, no. So yeah, Steelix with Sticky Barb, always baits Fire Blast. In theory, Granbull. Slow Flip Turn is a solution. Too sure if you need to risk something's life, that'd be the best choice, I think. Yeah, it's so fucked up that you can just be living your life, having a normal day, and then suddenly this spit in your own damn mouth attacks you. It's very real. It's a very real experience. And I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. And the thing is, like, if Hitmonchan gets crit by Licky Licky, we show kill. Like, if we show kill to something, we could just raw swap into Garchomp. Like... Yeah, I think I like this. Because this is only under a situation where Hitmonchan takes enough damage to show kill to Skunk Tank instead of Flareon. Like, as long as we have more than a little over 50% of our max HP, Flareon always comes in next. And when Flareon comes in, that's just a raw swap to Garchomp. We always live all of its attacks, and then we outspeed and kill it. We just need a Rostberry, and then after Flareon, in comes Skunk Tank, who Garchomp also kills with Earthquake. Chat, have I mentioned that Garchomp is cracked? Okay, so swap to Lick. Swap to Stee. Swap to Size. Swap to Hit'em. Use F out. KO. Just making sure. Yes, Kethri does outspeed. With Sky Uppercut. Just making sure. 176 plus 20 is 196. Exact lethal. Oh, Kethri, I adore you. Okay, so equipped camera up with soft sand. Equip Stee with sticky barb. Equip bulky normal types continue to be a problem. Kethri continues to be the solution. Again, like, if we make it to the Elite Four, I think there are few Pokemon more worthy of being champed on our team than Kethri. Like, I've said this so many times. I've always heard that in the meta, you don't want Hitmonchan, you want Hitmonlee. You know, if you get Tyrogue at the start of the game, it is worth it to use your heart scale on Tyrogue to guarantee Hitmonlee. And instead, I got Hitmonchan, but then used the heart scale to max its attack, so it's like the least optimal version of it. But fucking 31 attack IV, Iron Fist, Black Belt, we're here to kill you. Some of the highest damage you'll ever see out of a priority move. People gotta put some fucking respect on my cat. Equip. I don't think we care about what we equip Seismitoad with. Like, even in a world where we get hit by crit body slam, we will never have HP high enough to bait anything other than Power Whip. Yeah. We'll give it an Oranberry. Equip hit him with Black Belt. Equip Gark with Frostberry. Equip Nomo with... Hold on, I need to check something. TM37. Wait, no, don't equip Nomo with TM37 for the funnies. That could get knocked off. Hold on, never mind. I was gonna say, like, oh, I'm going to steal Hannah's bit and give Hitmonchan Swagger. Or not Hitmonchan, Gorobus Swagger as, like, a, you know, an emotional support item. But no, that could be knocked off. That being said, I will give it a Rostberry, or like Gorobus, you're swapping into Poison Jab, Knockoff, or Fire Blast. I'm going to give it an Asperberry in case it gets knocked off, because like we want Gorobus to take as much damage as possible without dying. Because like if it gets hit by crit knockoff, like it guaranteed baits a kill with a different move, which means we can then safe swap to Garchomp, probably. It's possible. Well, hold on, maybe not. Low roll on that is 59. Never mind. We don't take enough damage. It could actually just make it less safe. Because at that point, we want Gorobus to be able to live long enough to use... Oh, wait. Hold on. Obama's... Wait. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I want to believe, Hannah. Let me believe. Okay. So much for not doing a fight this stream. Steelix continues to be our boom immune guy. And honestly, really appreciating Seismitoad baiting a bunch of grass-type kills. Or baiting kills from grass-type moves. Very important niche that's currently being filled. You know what? I'm not realizing Garchomp is filling the Dawn fan-shaped hole in our box. It is the fast ground type that we need. This is Imo, the worst fight of the gym, but Daniel's also pretty tough. I do know that there's like a really scary trainer that has like a 5-man team coming up. Dollop, we are going to give the sticky icky barb. Hannah, thank you for teaching me the fine art of giving a guy sticky barb so that way they take a little extra damage during a fight. Okay. Because, yeah. Even with Sun Up, it never goes for Fire Blast into Camerupt. It's always Body Slam or Power Whip. We don't care which. And if it explodes, Crit Explosion does a max of 75.1. Yeah, and we take like 12.5 from Sticky Barb. So we're always safe. And beyond that, like, Crit Power Whip plus Sticky Barb does less than 50% max. Yeah. Don't mind me sitting here with my nerd numbers. An Oranberry for the Seismitoad. A Black Belt for the Kethri. Also, like, you say that, like, Hitmonchan isn't champ material. Look, if we could champ Delcatty, we can champ Hitmonchan. Varley needs a Rostberry. The nice thing is, even if we swap into freaking knockoff, like, hold on. Rostberry, export, import. Even if we swap into a knockoff on Skunk Tank, like, oh no, it knocks off our Rostberry, we're fine. And then Nomo, we give nothing to. I should probably actually finish writing the line down. I just realized you all are staring at the calc screen right now. Sorry about that. So we are going to assume swap to Flareon is the much more likely option, but I'm going to write down swap to Skunk because that's the more annoying thing to figure out. Swap to Gorb, use flip turn, sorry, F turn into Gark, KO with Earthquake, swap to Flare, OH, god damn it, with Earthquake. Delcatty is a doubles gut with Fake Out and Encore. That's really all it does, but it was enough for that one. You know, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, Flare Blitz, Solar Beam, Facade, Stomping Tantrum. We're fine. God, I just realized this Torkoal is fucking Custat Berry. Go to hell. Okay. Soft Sand, Sticky Barb, Oranberry, Black Belt, Rostberry, no held item. So our big thing is wanting to see low roll Power Whip into Kethri. Kethri never dies to Licky Licky, but as long as it takes low enough damage to always bait in Flareon, the fight's completely riskless. Still on calc screen, you're right. Thank you, Hannah. I've been fucking that up less recently, but undeniably still a noticeable amount. Okay, so I believe it was Top Path. And up here. And then I believe this was the way back, so this has to be the way forward. I wonder where the next trainer is. What's good, Jeff? Out comes Torkoal. Out comes Orion. Orion outspeeds one-hit KOs with Earth Power. A tale as old as time. What made me confirm that Licky Licky was coming in second? Hold on. Right, because both Flareon and Skuntank get... ooh. Okay. Flareon actually might come in second. I just realized, yeah. Oh, wait, no. That's with Toxic Orb. Without Toxic Orb, yeah, okay. Never mind. Should be fine. Nearly forgot my own calcs. I'm like, I was super thorough about the switch order, right? Yes, I was. So it should be Licky Licky. Good. Okay. We are going to swap to Steelix. It's going to go for Body Slam, Power Whip, or Explosion. Very low chance to go for Explosion, but it still does exist. We always live Crit Explosion. We swap to Dollop. Body Slam. Okay. Sticky Barb makes sure that we take enough damage to always bait Fire Blast. So it now sees Fire Blast at 148. We are going to swap into Breek, who takes at most 20% from Fire Blast without crit. Youch! Hot, hot, hot. Breek now shows kill to Power Whip. So this is the critical turn. If Kethri doesn't get crit and we get not even a low roll, just like not a high roll on damage, this fight is riskless. Power Whip. 69. Highest roll on Fire Blast from Skuntank is 66. Okay, we are safe. So, we are going to use Fake Out for some preliminary damage. Get a little Love Tap. And then lowest roll, Sky Uppercut, always kills. Perfect. The only thing that sees kill on us should be Flareon with Flare Blitz. Even without being gutsed. Yeah. This thing sees a Flare Blitz kill on us from full full HP without being poisoned. Perfect. The most damage Garchomp can take from anything is like 42% without crit. Bonk. Ooh, it's gonna take recoil, it's gonna take rough skin. We're faster than it. We kill with Earthquake. It has no priority moves. It has become badly poisoned. Flare Blitz, Olivian Facade, Stomping Tantrum. Yeah. Varley is so fucking fast. She's so fast. She's so powerful. Out comes Skunk Tank. We one hit kill das Chittenfaden here, from full HP. Earthquake doesn't proc Aftermath because we don't make contact. And even if it did, it's only a quarter of our max HP. We'd live. That's really satisfying. That was our easiest fight. Let's fucking go. All right. Yeah, I think this is the team I'm supposed to be afraid of coming up. I think I'm done for the night. Like, we did the gauntlet. We did the other gauntlet. We did 2 trainers in between and 1 trainer after. So we did 3, 6, 8. We did 9 fights today. Like, we made some fucking progress. And I think after all of that, I would prefer to have a little extra time to make sure my next couple of cooks, like, don't come out half-baked. Yeah, I was gonna say. What a fucking ride, though. Like, damn. Oh my god. Garchomp has completely justified my insane amount of hype. It outspeeds the Flygon on Battle Girl Danielle. And with Dragon Fang, it one-hit kills with Dragon Claw. Why are you so insane? Literally, as long as it doesn't swap in on Scale Shot. That's crazy. I just saved. I'm gonna do it again. Garchomp has gotten 12 kills in 9 fights. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's like... she's rising in the ranks, babes. Let me take a look at Twitch and see if anyone's live. I wonder if Newt is. Newt is not. Smant Mom is. So is Breakbeat Bun. So let's raid into Breakbeat Bun. Breakbeat Bun. Cool, spelled it right. I think their name is Val. I'm sending you all off to Val's stream. They're currently playing some No Man's Sky. If you enjoy one bunny, you will certainly enjoy the other. Vibes are very chill over there. One of Turtle's streamers that she likes to watch a lot. But yeah, crazy good stream today. All of our shit went well. And hopefully we can get some safe lines to carry us out of here. But we'll figure that out in time. Until then, friends, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. I have been April, she has been May, you have all been incredible, and I will catch you all in the next one. Sending out the raid, have a good night, folks.